Are you going to hit me, Mark? Is that what's going to happen?
What's up, YouTube? Oh, yes. Yeah, that's good.
What's up, YouTube? Hello, it's me. I'm back. So, I've had a haircut. I've had all of it cut. I cut all of it off. I tend to just like that. So good. Glad we've established that. I had a very long beard before. It was really like, I mean, it wasn't as long as Gandalf's beard, but it was, you know, it was quite white, so it was a bit like his beard. Anyway, so Stuart Lee, this is the first of the Stuart Lee videos from Snowflake Tornado, and I'm actually going to see him live next month at Leicester Square Theatre, where he's going to be trying out his new stuff. So I'm sort of late to the feast, like a ghost at the feast. I'm not a ghost at the feast, but I am late to the feast. So let's have a look at this. This is from Snowflake. It's quite difficult to know where to start because there's a complete audio version on YouTube, but there's nothing complete that I can steal and break into little bits in order. So I'm just going to start with the for example bit, and we'll see how this comes across into my eyes and ears and tickles my brain. Here we go. Let's dive right in to Stuart Lee. This is Snowflake, half of Snowflake Tornado. That's enough build up. Let's bloody do it.
Is it? I mean, I've never really understood what it is I'm doing, to be honest. I haven't. Just sort of stuck in it. It seems to me I come out here and I describe things that have happened to me to the best of my ability, and people go, ah! For example, and that's how you know we're heading into a fairly tightly written bit, isn't it? The use of the phrase, for example, that's the giveaway there. Anyway, for example, what? Something you've written? Yes. So, anyway,
What?
So, for example, I know, it seems contrived now, doesn't it? For example, what? You've obviously, you know. Anyway. So, for example... yeah, who says that? It's like your dad, isn't it? For example, put that over there. Anyway. That's what I'm talking about. Not there. Anyway, so...
Not there.
For example, last year, right, and this is actually true. It is. Sounds like it isn't, doesn't it? Because of anyway. So it is though. Anyway, for example, last year, and this is actually true. It is. It is true. Well, the first bit is. The second bit's an exaggeration based on the first bit. So you'll see when we get there. Don't worry about it. Anyway, so for example, last year, and this is actually true. It is true, right? I know what you think. That's good. That's like what the normal comedians do, isn't it? They do like an hour, and about halfway through they'll tell a story and they go, and this is actually true. And you go, oh, what about all the other stuff? You feel cheated, don't you? No? Okay, never mind. So, for example, last year, and this is actually true. It is. So, imagine if you weren't enjoying this bit. Be irritating, wouldn't it? I sympathise, to be honest. If you were to come up to me afterwards and say to me, I didn't really enjoy that bit, I would struggle to make a case for it. But it is going well, isn't it? Listen to the room. A lot of people, this is their favourite bit, but it's nothing. It's awful. It's rubbish, isn't it? Anyway, it's pointless, isn't it? A waste of time. So, anyway, for example, last year, and this is actually true, it is, wait till you hear it. The first bit, you'll go, that's true. Not sure about that second bit. That's an exaggeration, I think. It is, I've told you. Anyway, for example, let's get on with it. It's being filmed, isn't it? People don't want to see this on TV, do they? Anyway, for example, I know you like it, but I'm telling you now, this will not translate to television. The viewers at home will feel alienated by the amount of fun the audience appear to be having, because the cruel light of television will expose this as the sham it is. Anyway, for example, last year, and this actually happened. No, that's what Greg Davis says. All the others say, and this is actually true. But Greg Davis, he says, and this actually happened. And that's his contribution, I think, to the genre. He took an old favourite, he put a spin on it. So, anyway, for example, last year, and this actually happened. It did. This is actually happening now. If you're thinking, is this actually happening? Yeah, it is. Really? But it's shit. I know, but it's happening. And it's getting loads of laughs, isn't it? Can you imagine how irritating that is for me? I struggle to write these great things. This is nothing. But there's a palpable sense of hysteria here in York tonight. A notoriously taciturn city, if I don't mind telling you. Anyway, for example, last year, and this actually happened, right? It did. Not only is this actually happening, but Ben Thompson, who is a very respected critic who writes books about the theory of comedy, he came up to me after he saw this in Bexhill-on-Sea, this bit, and he said that he thought this bit represented the apogee of everything I've been trying to achieve for 30 years. I know. I find that quite offensive, to be honest. Anyway, so, what is it? It's nothing, is it? So, for example, last year, and this actually happened, I was bitten in the leg by a false widow spider. I was. So I went to the hospital, and they prescribed me anti-inflammatory drugs, and they sent me to see a doctor of tropical medicine. Now, the bloke in before me, he'd been bitten in the leg by a false widow spider as well. But he had a false leg. So they prescribed him anti-irony drugs. And they sent him to see a doctor of philosophy. That one all right, didn't it, in the end? It's quite good.
Yes, very good. So, yeah.
Try this 90-second trick to instantly reduce your winter energy bills by 85%.
Adverts.
This jet engineer just discovered.
I've tried to make it...
Oh, no, it's all gone wrong again. Right. So, thank you. Yeah, it's sort of mesmerising, isn't it? I found myself at the beginning going... even though I wasn't talking, it sort of... It gets into your psyche. Actually, that's a weird thing. I've been ill for the last 3 weeks. And... So, consequently, that's why I had a big beard and everything, because I hadn't bothered to do anything, shave or move much. And I spent a lot of the week lying on the sofa watching Peep Show on Netflix, just one after another after another. And you find, I don't know if you find this, if you watch something too much, it gets into your brain. And then when I was sitting doing stuff later on in the day, all my thoughts were in the voices of Jeremy and is it Mark 4 nuts. Jeremy, what's a line where he says, Mark, are you going to hit me, Mark? Is that what's going to happen? So anyway, yeah, that's weird, isn't it? So yeah, that's very good. I like that. I do think, sorry about the constant bloody throat clearing, but I've got lots of respiratory problems. I should probably just put that as a thing at the bottom of the screen, because it's probably really annoying for anyone watching my videos. Sorry about that. But for example, the other day, no, sorry, what was I saying? Yeah, no, I'm quite impressed with the new snowflake tornado thing. I think it's actually incredible that actually he's getting better, I think, if anything. And even though what he does is basically the same thing over and over again, he's getting better, and I think it's getting more sort of tightly written. And the way it all comes together at the end of the show is very good, or the end of the shows, because it's two really, isn't it? Thank you. Well, it's probably enough prattling on. I should probably do another one of these, because I get lots of views and I get to watch Stuart Lee, who's the funniest man in the Western Hemisphere. So thank you, and don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, hit the notifications button, and smile at the screen while you're watching. Don't nobody go nowhere.